Welcome back, Leave Enforcer Podcast, episode 28. Happy holidays to everybody. Christmas just wrapped up. We got New Year's coming up here in a few days. I've been MIA for about a week, a little over a week with everything going on in the holidays and work and all that jazz. But getting ready to ramp up for the Saturday night games between, you got the Texans and Chargers at 4:30. That'll be starting here in about 20 minutes. And then you got Green Bay and Baltimore in Green Bay. So I'm going to go over a couple quick things from like the last, last week. Pick wise this year, we're 174, 65 and 1. So our picks are doing really well this year. Last week, that was a tough game. We gave the game away to the Bears. They say the Bears won the game. I feel like we lost the game more so than the Bears winning the game. If Dobbs just fields that onside kick, the game's over. Love goes out, that throws a wrench in the mix. Malik Willis stepped in and played really well. I'm not going to go into that game a ton because that was like a week ago. So let's dive into tonight's game. We have a lot of people out tonight or questionable still. They are going to sit Jordan Love, which I completely understand. They're going to play it safe. But they say he didn't clear concussion protocol. So, I don't know if it's them holding him out or they're just, if they're playing it safe. I kind of feel like they may be playing it safe with a lot of these guys. Aaron Banks is questionable. Bo Melton's questionable. Love is out. Sean Ryan's questionable. Zach Tom's questionable. And Christian Watson, as well as Evan Williams. They're all questionable. So Malik stepped in last week, played really well. I expect Malik to play extremely well again tonight against Baltimore. Baltimore's beat up as well. Lamar is not playing, so they got Snoop Huntley starting. I really think we should be able to take advantage of this team tonight, and I really think we should be able to score and put some points up. I think Malik can run this offense not as good as Love, but damn near as good as Love. The one thing about Malik is he's able to get outside the pocket and run, so he's more of a dual threat than Jordan is. So I really like our chances tonight. I don't think it's going to be a real high-scoring game. I think the over-under, is 39.5. I think that's probably pretty spot on. I could see it being something like, 24-10, 24-13, something along those lines. I do think we pulled this game off, though. Baltimore's not looked good. I think we eliminate them from the playoffs tonight. I think that would allow the Steelers to clinch. So we'll see what happens. But I kind of hope Christian Watson plays tonight because I got him in fantasy championship. I also had Jordan Love, but I'm going to start Malik tonight. I got Josh Jacobs too, so hopefully they have some good games. What's your guys' thoughts on the game? What's your guys' thoughts on setting these guys? I guess I'm a little torn. I know Chicago loses tomorrow to San Fran, and then they lose next week to the Lions, and we win out between our Ravens game and our Vikings game. We would essentially take over the division and win the division. But Bears have to lose out. Packers have to win out. I think both are very possible. I do think the Bears lose tomorrow to San Fran. The iffy one is how many players does Detroit play? And even if Detroit plays their starters, they don't look good. So that's a whole other thing for next week. So, but I like our chances tonight. I hope we got at least some healthy tackles. I know we're missing a couple of them between Ryan, Zach Tom, and Aaron Banks all being questionable. So hopefully we get at least a couple of those guys to play tonight. I think we're going to rush the ball a ton. I think Malik's going to take his shots when he can, especially if he has Watson, because Watson's going to have a speed advantage on anybody in that secondary. So, hopefully Malik does, they run a lot of play action, get Malik outside, let him get some rushes in. He did really well with that last week. He did really well with it last year when we needed him last season for a few games. So I really like our chances, though. So I think we pull this game off tonight. The Texans-Chargers game, the game's going to be pretty interesting. I'm going to take the Texans. I think the Texans' defense is the best in the NFL. I don't trust C.J. Stroud a ton. I think he's a solid quarterback. I just don't trust him a ton. But I think that defense is good enough to, realistically take them to the AFC, take them to the Super Bowl out of the AFC. I just think they're a really good team. I think it comes down to them in Buffalo at this point in the AFC. So we have some really good games on the lineup for tomorrow. I was looking through a couple of these. The Seahawks-Panthers game, I feel like that'd be a really good game. Seahawks still excuse me, I got this lingering cough. Seahawks are still fighting for the 1 seed along with San Fran. San Fran plays the Bears on Sunday night. That's going to be a hell of a game. Bills-Eagles will be a really good game. So there's some really good games on tomorrow. I'll throw my picks up for the rest of the week probably tomorrow morning sometime. And then we'll kind of, see how it goes. But let's hope the Pack pulls this game off tonight. It was nice to get back on here. Sorry, it's been a minute, but it's going to be a short video today because I'm going to get ready for these games. And I just wanted to jump on here and say what's up and happy holidays to everybody. If any of you guys follow some of my other social media like Instagram or Facebook, shout out to Brandon McManus. So, sorry, I got a really bad glare. That's better. So he sent me that photo, and then he sent me another photo. Let me see if I can set this thing down. And then he sent me this one. I gotta get it. That's good. He signed both of them. Both. He wrote First Lambeau Leap on both of them. I thought that was pretty cool. So, any of you guys that know the history of why I started this podcast and where I got the Leap Enforcer nickname from, it all stemmed from that day last year against the Texans. So, if not, go back and look at some of my social media. Look at Instagram, Facebook. There's a bunch of videos out there. Me stopping Mixon and then McManus jumping up to me. But it was cool because that was his first Lambeau Leap. That was my first Lambeau Leap. And it was just kind of a cool gesture that he signed those and mailed those back to me. I just thought it was cool. So, but anyways, go Pack, go. We're all Niners fans tomorrow. Beat the Bears. I think the Niners are a better team than the Bears. So go Pack, go. Win this game tonight. Malik, ball out. Christian Watson, I hope you play. Josh Jacobs, ball out. I need you guys in fantasy, please. Go out and dominate this team. I mean, Snoop Huntley's quarterback. They can't throw the ball really well. They haven't been able to move the ball a lot on offense, even with Lamar, and their defense isn't very good right now. So go beat this team up. I'm really anxious to see this Chargers-Texans game, though. Hopefully you guys watch this video maybe, before or during that game. Let me know what you guys think of that game, and I'll jump back on here sooner than later, not a week and a half later. I'll jump on here probably right after the Monday night game. Maybe Tuesday or something to kind of go over all our picks. So go Pack, go. We're all Niners fans tomorrow. I don't know what the Niners chant is, but anyways, appreciate you guys watching, and follow me Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, all that jazz. Happy holidays, guys. Have a happy and safe new year. Thank you.